Tom, and I'm reporting with the Southland Journal. And if it's your first time here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the latest breaking Chicago news. We are jumping directly into it today. We have the village of Dixmoor says that water notice shouldn't have residents concerned. It says the village of Dixmoor residents have recently either received a letter with their water bill or have seen a copy of the letter displayed at the main office of their mobile home park detailing a compliance issue the village is currently working with the U.S. EPA to resolve, according to the Dixmoor Village President Fitzgerald Roberts, who is issuing the following statement. He stated, earlier this year, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency inspected our water system. One of the points of concern was the fact that the village of Dixmoor does not have its own chlorine pump connected to the water lines pumping into Dixmoor. Having our own active chlorine pump provides redundancy, as the water received from the city of Chicago is already chlorinated, and Harvey also chlorinates the water flowing into Dixmoor. We have news out of the Dalton 149 School Board. As it states, Dalton 149's board appoints Mercedes Francisco to fill a vacant seat. South Suburban Dalton School District 149's Board of Education voted this week to appoint Calumet City resident Mercedes Francisco to a vacant seat on the 7-member panel. At a board meeting on Tuesday, November 29th, the board's majority approved the filling the vacancy created by the board's removal of former board president Rhea Ghani. The board voted to expel Ghani due to 6 separate charges of official misconduct and negligence that occurred during her approximate year-long tenure as the board president, including the ordering of an unauthorized 6% raise for a favored school district employee without the board's approval. We're going into the Wilbur Tillman presided over unlawful emergency meeting of Dalton School Board District 149. We just talked about what happened after that meeting, so let's see what happened during that meeting. Dalton School District 149 held an emergency meeting and electronic only in violation of the Open Meetings Act of November 29th, 2022. During the meeting, the board appointed Mercedes Francisco to the alleged vacant board seat created by the board's unlawful removal of another board member. According to the Open Meetings Act, in order to hold an emergency meeting with less than 48 hours notice, there must first be a bona fide emergency warranting the meeting. There is never an instance where a single board vacancy created by the board itself is a bona fide emergency. Additionally, the board held a remote-only meeting without making the requisite findings that a remote meeting was necessitated by a declared gubernatorial disaster declaration or due to a public health emergency. Public bodies holding remote meetings during a disaster or public health emergency are required to announce their findings or declaration that the disaster or emergency exists, making it unfeasible for the board to meet in person. Yeah. It says that with 2 flagrant violations of the Open Meetings Act during this meeting, we believe that the appointment of Francisco is invalid and will be declared void. It is unfortunate Francisco was placed in this situation by a rogue board who continues to act unlawfully with the apparent blessings of their attorney, Edward James Wong III of Delgado Law Group. Previously, this board removed their board chairman without statutory authority, appointed Wilbur Tillman as chairman in violation of statutory guidance requiring the vice chairman to fill a vacancy of chairman, and then charged and convicted the chairman in order to remove her from her elected position for the convictions they created and prosecuted without any lawful authority to act as a judicial court while allegedly convicting a person of the crimes needed for removal from office. That's a mess. I don't know how many people just said that when that was done, but that's a mess. We hope that gets straightened out pretty quick. Onto Deluca listens to law enforcement and prosecutors and supports needed update to public safety law. As part of ongoing efforts to engage law enforcement and prosecutors on their public safety concerns, State Representative Anthony Deluca, a Democrat out of Chicago Heights, backed the passage of an update to the SAFE-T Act that reflects stakeholder feedback and ensures dangerous criminals are detained. Anthony Deluca stated, "I heard from many involved in the public safety regarding their concerns with the implementation of the Safety Act," Deluca stated. "This is legislation provides the needed clarity to the law and is indicative of continuing discussions to improve our public safety laws in order to curb violence." He stated that he remains appreciative and supportive of our local law enforcement, and he will continue to do that all he can do to make sure that his voice and everyone's voice is heard on all public safety bills in Springfield. Good job, Deluca. Deluca also supported House Bill 1095, which incorporates hundreds of hours of negotiation and feedback from law enforcement, prosecutors, public safety advocates, survivors, and other relevant stakeholders. It addresses good faith critiques of the Safety Act and corrects misconceptions to ensure a safe and successful implementation. Spectacular job. We're going to go ahead and jump over to the Chicago Bears. We have Bears head coach Matt Eberflus stating in a press conference following the Packers game on Sunday. Let's check it out.
I was ill last night, and that's why we had to put him down, just so everybody knows that. And obviously, our coaches did a really good job of adjusting. You know, when you have a fullback like Curry that we have, he's instrumental of our offense. You know, being able to do all the lead blocking and all the different things that we do. The offense coaches did a really good job of getting Wesco ready to go, because he's our guy that really steps into that role, you know. And then Wesco gets hurt, you know, during the course of that part. So then our offense had to move and do a good job with adjusting during those two things that happened during the course of that. So I do think that they did a good job. Obviously, 409 yards of output, you know, is the highest in a long time. For our offense, which is really good. Did a nice job of running the ball all day. I was really pleased with that. Justin did a really good job of getting those shots, you know, one to EQ and then one to Harry. That was really good to see. And I think it was a third down play. I really want to say that was the most impressive play was when he found 85 on the sideline. Cole Kmet, you know, went off his second read, kept his eyes downfield and threw it down there. So that was really good. But a lot of positive things from the offense, from my standpoint, and from our coach's standpoint, for sure. Defensively, you know, a lot of good things too. You know, there's a lot of good things. Obviously, we had 4 of our 5 starters out in our secondary. So I thought that our secondary coaches did a really good job of getting those guys ready to go. You know, in the pass game, they stepped up to the plate. Had a lot of rookies in there, and I thought they did a really good job. Made a couple of nice stops, you know, on the 4th and 8, really nice stop there. So overall, the defense played really well up to the point that we'll talk about here in a second. But special teams, they had a nice couple of kickoffs and, you know, pinned them down there inside the 20. That was excellent. You know, so overall, it was a good day to that performance. And then we get to the fourth quarter. You know, we get to the fourth quarter there, and we give up a touchdown drive there, and then we are down by 1. We drive it down there to, I think it was 2 minutes and 52 seconds. You know, we're on our own 43. You know, and Justin's been ripping that pass a couple of times earlier, and that's a trust throw.
And we got some reactions from Justin Fields right out of the same press conference here. We're going to cut right over to Justin Fields now.
Especially after the injury. On that 56-yard touchdown run, how did it feel?
I felt like I was moving kind of slow, to be honest with you, but felt good. You know, great way to come back from a week off to get the game started, so it felt good.
Overall, physically, how are you feeling right now?
I feel all right. You know, shoulder held up pretty good. On Demo's touchdown, I had to push Kenny Clark down, so that's the only play that I got aggravated on, and then kind of messed up my hand second quarter. I think it was before halftime, or it was either second quarter or early third quarter. But, yeah, I'm good, though. Overall.
Did you get a painkiller shot before the game, or did you just
I just played it, yeah.
On that touchdown run, what did you see as they kind of tried to hem you inside and then you made your cut?
Yeah, I mean, that DN just crashed crazy. They brought nickel pressure on that. So, I mean, it was just me and the nickel. And then, I mean, by that time, you know, guys did a great job downfield blocking. And, you know, we scored a touchdown. So, yeah.
And we got some locker room talk with Cole Kmet. Let's go ahead and check this on out.
Is it more frustrating because of the Packers?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, losing to them is not ideal. You know, it's a big rival, and you know, it's a game you want to win. So, yeah, tough one. I thought we did some good things offensively, but at the end of the day, we just got to finish that one out. You know.
What were some of the things you thought you guys did well offensively?
I thought we had some really good drives, just executing, both in run and pass. Protection was good. Guys were getting open. Justin was hitting the guys. So, being able to do some stuff off our run game, I thought today was good. So, we can continue that. But, I thought we just had some drives where we just didn't execute as well as others. And, ultimately, I think that's kind of why we lost the game.
How did you see?
And we went ahead and we ran over into Jalen Johnson, and he's talking a little bit about the defeat with the Packers, which is really hard for a lot of us to stomach, for any of us diehard Bears fans. There's quite a few Packers fans on the south side of Chicago. Maybe one day you guys will start coming over to the good side of the Bears. Let's jump over to Jalen Johnson and see what he had to say after the game.
Especially after the injury.
Way you guys won, but overall, missing so many guys in the back end there. How do you feel the secondary performance?
I think we did a damn good job, you ask me. Especially those young guys playing Aaron Rodgers like that for the first time. Being on a high-level game, rivalry game, I thought they held their composure. They did a good job working all week, confident in themselves, went out there. If I really played, I thought we didn't give them nothing easy. I thought the PI was half and half. The one in the end zone, scramble drill. That's hard to stop for whoever. I thought we did really good. I thought the leadership from me and DHC, I thought was really good. I thought we were communicating, talking, staying on the same page, really helping those guys out, and they showed up, and I'm really proud of them.
There's been a lot of talk.
So again, my name is Tom. I'm reporting with the Southland Journal. Again, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe, leave us a comment, and share this to everybody else you know. We're dedicated to bringing you news from the south side of Chicago every single day. Check us out at southlandjournal.com. And make sure you guys hit subscribe and share and help us grow. Let's help get that message out there. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe.